The events that occurred on January 6th, we'll call them the Capitol event. Would you say that it was a demonstration in culture, or would you say that was a democratic demonstration?
That is the first big lie Americans have ever been told in this country. Forget about Nixon. What are they calling it? Insurrection.
Insurrection, they call it.
It's so sad and cruel for a country to label young people who did what is just normal and put this label on them for the rest of their lives. Go and play every footage of the cameras that were there live that day, okay? The live ones that saw the thing happening. Not a single reporter referred to it as an insurrection. They said there is a riot at the Capitol. When do you think the word insurrection started? 5 p.m. when they have taken the real back to the editorial room and they know who was in office and they're finding a way to demonize him. Somebody whispered, we should start calling this an insurrection.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think that they only demonize him because they say that he lamented?
He didn't lament anything.
And that he
What I believe is what happened at the Capitol is what is supposed to happen anyway. So, if the citizens who elected these people, who pays for the building they live in and work in, are pissed off and they want their voice to be heard, they went to the right place. Mm-hmm. That was not an insurrection. An insurrection requires a hierarchy, an insignia, a name, a mission to call it an insurrection.
Well, there's people that would argue that they did have all of that. I'm not saying
no,
that.
You and I watched it, and you and I know 85 broken tooth, over tattooed, ponytail kids don't scale a wall with flagpoles and take over a government. Number two, for you to overthrow a government, a new government has to be in place for you to overthrow that government. So whom were they overthrowing on January 6th when a guy has 14 more days, according to the Constitution? I may be wrong. If a war broke out on January 6th, do you know who will continue as commander-in-chief?
Yeah, the president.
That's correct. So whom was he overthrowing? They wanted something to demonize him. They started calling it an insurrection. It was not an insurrection. Nothing has happened to America. The Capitol is still intact. The kids went there and made noise. What was an insurrection? What happened in Seattle when they took a whole town and held it hostage for weeks? What happened in Minnesota when they touched down private people's business and homes to the tune of $300 million? That is an insurrection. We have to wake up and inform our young ones not to be bought into this nonsense. Nothing happened on January 6th.
Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that